Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Thanks for watching. Today's video, we're going to talk about why and how I get a drip feed of favorites using the Redbubble favorite tool. So for those who don't know what we did with this account might be familiar to some of you guys if you saw some of my other videos. This is an account that was a test account where I just created 6 different designs or 5 different designs. At first it was 5 different designs. Created 5 different designs, added only one keyword as a tag, and basically in secrecy use the favorite automation tool to go out there and favorite different people's works, and the results were in the books, and I've showed videos of the results that we got back. So what about the whole experience of why we're getting a drip feed of favorites? So I'll talk about that in just a second. Just to eliminate some of the comments and questions in the video today, down below is going to be the link to the botsandapps.gumroad Redbubble favorite automation tool. Some people might say, how'd you do this? Because I know there's new viewers who watch my channel, etc. every single day. So this is the tool that I used to get to the amount of favorites that we have. Now, for those who want to know what the purpose of the favorites is, I don't care about vanity metrics. I don't care that on my account says I have 100 new favorites or 200 new favorites. My whole point and why I use this is for the gradual ranking higher over time. And what I'm talking about is when you get more favorites on a design, your design will get ranked higher than what it normally would have ranked, and it will move up the rankings. And just to explain what I'm talking about, there's a video I dropped a few days ago. I can't really remember the exact date, but basically where I had posted 5 designs, and then the 6th design I posted. The only difference between the 5 and the 6th is that all the other designs had favorites and this one didn't. And then what I did was I added the exact same tag and saw or compared where it ranked, and of course the one with no favorites didn't rank as high. And that just goes to prove that the ones with favorites typically tend to rank higher over time and move up the spots in the ranking. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about ranking, I'm simply talking about a search-based ranking. So Redbubble, you can perform a search. Let's say I search for red horse, like something like that. The designs that are at the top typically have the more favorites because of relevancy or what's relevant. If you look here, Redbubble shows or provides in order of what the algorithm decides, or I guess you could say thinks of what's the most relevant. Part of what determines relevancy is the amount of favorites a design receives. It's ideal that Redbubble will want to provide consumers with something that's enjoyed the most, right, and makes the most money, versus something that doesn't have any favorites. So, for example, if somebody searches for the keyword red horse, the keywords red and the keyword horse are somewhere in every single one of these designs tags. But I'm willing to bet that this design has many more favorites than, for example, this design, or you know, etc. So you get the point. So the higher you rank, the more favorites you get. It is just common sense, common knowledge. Now, like I said, we showed how that works with truth and proving the point that it actually does work in a separate video. But back to the concept of today's video, how and why do we get the drip feed? So first, let's conquer how. So how is we simply go out there and favorite people, and they favorite our work back. Why is because not everybody is on Redbubble every single day. There are some people who are once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, etc. I know everybody watching this probably shows up to Redbubble every single day, does some work on there, logs into the account at least, but majority of the world does not. Okay, that's just the truth. So when people log into Redbubble once every few days or whatever, when they see that you favorited their work, they get curious. They're like, oh my God, I got a notification. I got a favorite. Let me check out who it is. So let's just say 5 days after you favorited somebody's work, they come back and they'll favorite some of your work. That's essentially why. Why. So just FYI for everybody to know, the reason why we get the drip feed of favorites, it's not like we set some certain settings in the tool. What happens is people log in a few days later, 3, 4, 5, 10 days later, 2 weeks later, whatever it is, they log in and then they see that, oh my God, I got a favorite on the new piece of work or piece of design that I uploaded. let me check out who this person favorited my work. So they click on my profile and they start engaging with my work. So the whole point is that this drip feed is beneficial because when you have let's just say you did exactly what I did, which is go out there and do only 250 favorites or only 1,000 favorites or whatever the number is. When you go out there and you do a certain set of favorites, over time, yes, you'll get a lot more in the beginning of favorites back, but the next few days, you'll still be getting favorites and favorites and favorites and favorites. And just to go out here and show you guys what I'm talking about is you could see here, when we first started this experiment, our first favorite that was because of this experiment was 15 days ago. These two favorites here, I got them as soon as I uploaded my work. So these have nothing to do with the tool, all right? But as soon as I started favoriting people's works, I started getting favorites back. Now, this was 15 days ago. That was the exact same day that I started favoriting others' works. So you could see here, if I keep scrolling up, you could see here 8 days ago we got favorites. Another 8 days ago we got favorites. So keep scrolling up, 5 days ago favorites. 4 days ago favorites. 4 days, 13 hours ago. So you get the point. We get a drip feed of favorites over time because people log in at different times. It's not as complicated as some people may think. That's just simply how it works. Now, to get the added benefits of this, and this is why it all makes sense, is that you're going to have to use this tool over a long period of time before you expect some kind of results. And when I say results, I'm talking about significantly higher ranking. I've said this in my last video, maybe not the last video, but the last few videos, is when you use a tool like this over time, month over month, you'll get 10 to 8% better rankings month over month over month over month. Obviously, it depends how much you use the tool. If you use the tool for a day and then you just stop using the tool, well, then you're not going to get those benefits. But if you do a lot, you're going to get more than 10% benefit. I'm just saying on average, like if everybody was to do 100 favorites a day, you're going to go from 8 to 10% in most categories, right? In most tags, but there might be certain tags where you go up 20%, 30%. There might some tags where you go down, you not necessarily go down, but you might not go up 10%. You might go 4%, 2%, 3%. It just depends how complicated the tag is. Like if you search the word horse, right? I bet you there's like hundreds of thousands of results. We could potentially go up 6%, 4%, 3%, because when you move up 30, 40, 100 spots, every single day, you're going from, let's just say, page, 60. At the end of the month, you might be on page, 30, right? And then the month after that, you might be on page 20. And then the month after that, you might be on page 10. So you kind of get my point. It has to be used over time consistently so the results add up and the results accumulate, or they essentially compound. That's the best way. Snowball effect. For those who didn't see the snowball effect, I recommend you check it out. It's a video that I created called the snowball effect, how results get added and added over time. So that's the beautiful thing about Redbubble, is that everything gets taken into consideration, right? A low conversion rate, that gets taken into account. A high conversion rate, that gets taken into account. A high amount of favorites, that gets taken into account too. Everything is taken into account with Redbubble. All right, so that's why we get the drip feed of favorites. Hopefully that answered your guys' question. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.